بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Hello and welcome to Ramadan of Leadership. It is Honored Osprey Middle East home. So since we had our live presentation on Instagram being not recorded, I have to re-record this video. I'm in building 2 Founders Hall, so if there's any noise back of me, please excuse me in advance. Our organization. So we started with having name, year, major, minor, and cultural identity and religious identity on this event. So I'm going to also do that. If you guys can do this in the comments if you want to. My name is Mohammed Mahdi Nabi. I'm the leader for this organization, Hans Osprey Middle East. I'm a freshman, major in mechanical engineering and minor in leadership. Cultural identity is Persian and the religious identity for me is Muslim. So I'm going to start with saying what Ramadan is. So we covered this in the event that Muharram, this is the months of the Islamic calendar. Muharram, Safar, Rabiul Awwal, Rabiul Sani, Jamadil Awwal, Jamadil Sani, Rajab, Sha'ban, Ramadan, which we are in the fasting month, Shawwal, Zulqa'dah, and Zulhijjah, which are the 12 months of the Islamic calendar, which they're based on the moon and lunar calendar. So by doing that, we find out that, okay, by giving ourselves a very biggest months in this Islamic calendar, we know like how the events of Shira, Muharram is when the Ashura happens, so we go all the way down, and then have Ramadan, which is the fasting. The Rajab is the month of Allah, the God, and the Sha'ban is my month, this is the Prophet's months, and the Ramadan is the month of my Ummah. Ummah means in every community. So, and also say Allah means the God. Doesn't mean Allah is a different God, but doesn't mean Allah means the God in Arabic. So, Dura means the same thing, that we say God, community. So, seeing the moon is very important. It's actually one of the controversial ever topics that we had in Ramadan. And because the moon has to be sighted in the beginning and the end, and then there's a controversial stuff like how Saudi Arabia and the Sunni Muslims in the region believe that, okay, if the moon is sighted on Saudi Arabia, everywhere is going to be Ramadan, which, and then the Shia Muslim of some countries like Iran, they said that the moon has to be sighted in every single country. Now, if they see it in America and Florida, some scholars says, okay, because America is a huge country, if they see in Florida, it's going to be acceptable in California. But some scholars say if it's saw, for example, in California, does not mean if it's going to be Ramadan in Florida as well. So it's very different, controversial stuff. So the 10th of Ramadan, it becomes the demise of Hazrat Khadija, which in leadership, she was a very strong leader, always trying to encourage, had the feeding stuff. And in 3 years of hardship, which Muslims were surrounded on a ship by Abi Talib and Mecca, when the idol worshippers, they surrounded them and present them for 3 years. Not really present, but they just surround them and put all the sanction on them and make them isolated. She really helped with the money because she was a very wealthy woman. And that's how she really helped the leadership strategies that he had to kind of use the power and being an emergent leader, using her power to use effectively and help the Muslim through 2 years of hardship. And she was the first one to become Muslim. Her MBTI is Extrovert Sensor Feeler Judgment, which means ESFJ. And the Prophet, I find out, the Prophet is an ENTP, Extrovert, Imagination, Thinker, and Perceivement. At 15 Ramadan, we go to Imam Hassan's birthday, which he was a very quiet leader, but he was also very inspiring and talking. But anyways, either or, he was very like an introvert person. So introvert, imagination, feeler, judgment, INFJ. Well, his MBTI, he had alienated followers a lot, like Mukhtar, who became a very great leader himself. They are on a race against for revenge, but he had a lot of alienated followers that make his leadership using a lot of adaptive leadership and maybe even using servant leadership too. You go to 19th to 21st, Islam Ali was struggling ahead, and in his martyrdom, his leadership was a very strong leader. He really had those power modes, but he was a very emergent, and he was really trying to also have feeders in some kind. He was very look like prophet, so his MBTI also comes as ENTP, extrovert, imaginary, thinker, and then perceivement. He was in 25 years of silence, although I said he's very, pretty much was outspoken and stuff like that. He was 25 years of silence, and then in 5 years of leaving the Muslim community, he really helped out with his MBTI and stuff like that. Then we go towards the Qad nights, the nights of power, 19, 21st, and 23rd. Other Muslims also celebrate the 26th. I'm going to also include that in the culture because it is inside the culture. You have like a late night rituals. We have the Dua Joshan Kabir that we read, which is the prayer of big shield, because Prophet used that prayer kind to shield himself in the battle. So we call it the prayer of big shield, which contains 100 paragraphs. In also other words, we ask for forgiveness from Allah, the God Himself, and His Prophet, His daughter, and the 12 Imams that He actually assigned. We said, yes, although people say assigned leadership, but in some kinds also like emergent, because all of these we don't believe like freely assigned, because these people were not prophet or imam by birth. They become emergent leaders, and then they were assigned that position. So now that we go to the last Friday, which is the last, whatever Friday is going to be the last Ramadan day on that, it's going to be that last Friday, which we say goodbye to Ramadan, and we have some special rituals, just like when we had over there on the Qad nights. We also have Eid al-Fitr, which has special rituals. It has a prayer in the beginning, and that prayer and salat has also a sermon. So the leading of that salat or prayer has to also give a sermon. Our election comes up in May 1st. We have a lot of position opening. I'm still thinking of revising the constitution. We also have the new logo. Our name change is to come to Honors Osprey Middle East, which is home in acronym. And I hope if you guys have any questions, do please let me know in the comments. You'll be happy to answer you guys. If you guys need to follow us on social media, always do. We have Instagram, at ENF_OHME. We have Groupme. There's going to be a link I'm going to put in the description. You're also going to have you also have a Discord that's also going to have a link on the description. And then we're also having a YouTube, which is right now it's Osprey Honors Middle East, but we're going to change it to Honors Osprey Middle East on the YouTube. We're going to change stuff on YouTube as well, so please make sure to follow us and keep up to date. Hopefully that event was a very, very great event for you guys. Again, election comes out in May, and we're going to do that all the way to September, maybe mid-September, end of September is going to be when the election is going to be closed. The position will be announced. Keep up to date with our social media. I will see you guys in the next event and next videos.